Hey!
Oh, hey!
Alright, guys.
Didn't see you guys there.
We're quite ready. Welcome back to Blue Friday. We're getting back on our game after a lunch break.
Yeah, chicken nuggets and cabbage.
We forgot the corned beef at home.
Yeah, so
It was just weirdly cabbage and chicken nuggets. It does not go together. But we're refreshed, we're ready to go. And Blue Friday continues on.
yes, it does. If you guys haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. It is part of the currency to win the prizes. Not really, but we're just like saying that.
We'd really like it if you liked
Yeah,
it.
we'd appreciate it.
Threw me off on this one. And you
okay.
see, partway through
got
the
plenty
day
of
is
time.
when we start to become loopy, and we still have 4 or 5, I don't know, a lot of streams left. So Blue Friday, biggest day of the year to save on Waterbox. You can save up to over to $1,100 on aquariums. We are streaming the rest of the day. We have a ton of great stuff still coming up.
Yep. If you guys haven't already, checked out waterboxaquariums.com. Right there on the homepage, you get all the details of Blue Friday. With the giveaways, we're giving away 2 $500 gift cards during the stream, as well as a Cube 20 package valued at previously $500. We were wrong. It's actually over $700.
We don't do math. So accounting came to us and was like, you didn't do math right. This is like $700 and something. So
Yeah.
congratulations
You're getting more
on
than,
that.
Getting more than we originally thought.
Who's
but
in
that's all
charge of the
good.
math here?
Not me. It probably was me. So anyways, Cube package, great deal there. You're getting the magnet, you're getting the tank, you're getting the salt, and a light too, right?
Yeah, I think that's where,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, congrats on that one. But so in order to do this, on the home page is our schedule. If you scroll down to the bottom, on each stream there is a giveaway entry button which goes active with the stream. That is where you enter in for these gift cards and the Cube Pack giveaway. This is also where you enter the bonus word whenever we pop that up on the screen randomly throughout the stream. So this is where all this action happens. You see, there's your blue button. That's where you're going to put your entries in. The bonus word gets you 10 extra entries, which is a great thing.
Yep.
So you do want to be watching, getting that entry in when you see it. This is only open for the first 30 minutes of this stream. And then it closes and we draw a winner. Or 3 winners.
Yep, so keep an eye out for that. You're going to see it right at the bottom of the screen pop up, and if we have a chance, we'll read it out to you guys. You guys easily guessed the one last stream, but I don't even know what the one is for this stream.
I do.
You do?
I do now.
Okay.
I didn't know the other ones, but they were talking about it. We also have the grand prize giveaways going on, which will be drawn on the 7 p.m. stream. You can enter on those on the website up until 7 p.m.
Yep.
And that is 2 $2,500 gift cards and 1 $5,000 gift card. So definitely get your entry in on there. You don't want to miss out.
Yeah, get your entries in and make sure to tune in for that stream too, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
And as if you're just joining us today, we are doing a fundraising event to support those affected by Hurricane Ian with Florida Disaster Fund. So we're giving you the ability to pick, a water box of your dreams and/or equipment up to $5,000. That also ends tonight, right at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
we will draw that next week on Waterbox Live. So definitely take advantage of that. It's a super good cause. We're trying to raise $30,000 for those folks.
Have you guys seen what we're at? What are we at? Can you pull that one?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
All right, so we're gonna see we're trying to hit 30,000, which we hit over last year for Coral Restoration Foundation.
Running a little tight. We're doing pretty good with it.
Come on, guys, you can do this. It's for a good cause. Someone wins a water box or whatever you want for $5,000.
Yeah.
So we really want to max what we can give to this sweepstakes fundraiser.
Yep. So the direct URL to that is Waterbox Aquarium.
Almost at 12,000. We are less than halfway there. Come on, guys.
So waterboxaquariums.com/donate is the quick way to get to this page. You can donate as little as, I think, $5, $10, $5, $10. And that gets you entries into that. There is no purchase necessary also on that one. But every little bit helps because these people are trying to rebuild their lives. So it helps out tremendously.
All right. So this is a stream all for you guys. Start throwing your questions in here. We're dedicating as much of this hour as possible to Q&A.
Yeah.
If it's about what you should pick for your water box, questions in general, really water box related, all of that, we're here to kind of help you guys out. The chat's been super active, so just go ahead and start throwing them in there, and we will start working through some questions.
Yeah, so pop your questions in here. I don't know if you guys are chatting away, but I don't know if there's any questions coming in through just yet. So again, throw us your questions. What do you want to know about Waterbox? What do you want to know about what we ate for lunch?
People want to know the code.
They want to know
Someone
the
did
code.
actually
Okay,
say,
let's give them the
Frank
code early.
did says, how was lunch, Jess and Rich? Someone does want to know about our lunch. It was good.
It was good. We had
Publix
subs and chicken nuggets.
chicken. We did actually have chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're chicken popcorn chicken, not popcorn chicken.
I don't know.
We'll call them chicken nuggies for the stream, for you, Cole. And
There was no cabbage though.
there was no
That was a
cabbage.
joke.
Some good old veggies and chips and stuff. All right, so you got your bonus word here.
Rimless.
That goes on to the entry on the actual schedule on the website. So get that in there. Start throwing some questions in. I still think someone needs to send us some cabbage and corned beef, but no one has. So.
Trying to read this question here.
We got a lot of people that are talking about they've already gotten their tank. And a question that has popped up, and I see some people have asked it again in this one. If you win a gift card and you've already placed an order for an aquarium, that gift card will then be applied to it. You just have to reach out, and we'll get that applied to your order that's already been placed. So don't worry about having to wait until the end stream to find out if you won to then make your purchase. But I have a lot of people I see are waiting to see if they do win a gift card, then it means they get a bigger tank than they already planned on. So that's legit.
Can I put up a question?
All right, we got some questions rolling through.
What ATO is good for a 20 cube?
We use the XP Aqua Duetto here on pretty much all of our tanks, and the Ultimate's good too, especially for larger systems. They're very easy to use, set them up in about 5 minutes, very reliable. And those are on our website as well. And I believe they're on sale right now too as a promotion through XP Aqua.
Yeah, they are. So they're normally
Yeah.
$130. They're $99.
Right, so those are even on sale right now. And you'll see in all of our build videos and stuff, we've always used a Duetto, and I love it. Very easy.
Yeah, super easy to use. That's one of the things I love about them. Just really easy. There's not much to them. I just purchased a Reef 130.4. I'm trying to decide on a return pump. I currently run an Apex, so I was thinking a Core 20. What do you recommend for turnover rate?
For turnover rate, I mean, you really are not pushing a ton of flow through your sump. The idea is really to have the internal flow in the display with power heads. So anywhere from that 5 to 8 times is plenty through the overflow in the sump. You want the more contact time with any media and stuff in there, more contact time with the reactor, that kind of stuff. So you don't want to shove a lot of water through, and it also is going to make your system run much noisier if you're trying to push too much water through that overflow box. Through filtration, 5 to 8 is plenty. Then you're going to add the power heads internally to the display to maximize, get that 20, 30, up to 100 times turnover, depending on what kind of corals you're going to keep. But you're not getting most of your turnover through your return pump.
Yep. Tips for setting up a quarantine tank. What media should I be running?
I mean, a quarantine tank has to be kept stable just like a regular system, unless you're doing daily water changes, which is counterproductive to treating disease or not stressing out the fish. So first off, cycle it. Have it established. Even if you've got some live rock or something or filter media or anything, you can pull from an existing tank to pull over there. Because in a quarantine tank, usually you're not medicating unless you come up with an issue. But do note that a lot of medications can kill your bacteria. So it is... Quarantine tanks have their own set of hurdles, I guess, but you do still need to establish. You can't have it spiking ammonia and stuff when you put stuff in, because that's, of course, going to stress your new fish out. Careful what medications you use, because it can wipe out your biological. And then, of course, anything you use in a quarantine, if you've medicated it, never goes back into any other tank. It's really just for that. Keep it simple. A couple little hides. Usually PVC pipe works really, really well. And just adequate filtration. Make sure if you're going to be quarantining things like tanks, because you have a bigger tank, don't get a 10-gallon quarantine, because they're going to stress out and you're going to cause more issue that way.
Yep. Bonus words, rimless. I see some
Rimless.
people asking that. Any special equipment I should get with a Peninsula 25 other than a wave maker?
Wave maker's good. Of course, make sure you've got a heater and your light. Those are standard. If it's not necessary, but it is helpful as far as nutrients and stuff like that, is get the Tunzi 9001 skimmer because it fits in the back compartment, and it's going to help keep your waste and stuff down. So that's our preferred skimmer for the cubes and the smaller all-in-ones and stuff is the Tunzi.
Best way to get rid of cyano?
Cyano is actually not a type of algae, but it's a type of bacteria. So first, before going chemical way, usually it comes in areas of lower flow or where a lot of detritus has settled. That's why you see it on your sand bed a lot, or lower rocks, or rocks that are kind of not hit directly by flow, because a lot of stuff builds up there and then it feeds it. Clean it off, increase your flow, kind of turkey baste out your rock. If it's on your sand, to get more things to stir up your sand. Now sometimes you can't win the battle with just fixing kind of the issue because it tends to come back. At that point, use a cyanobacteria remover, and that's going to help. But you do just have to take caution when you use that. You got to run extra carbon, you got to do water change, put some extra oxygen in there with bubblers or whatnot, because it does deplete oxygen down. And since it is a bacteria, it's not only targeting bad bacteria, so we try to use chemicals as a last resort.
Yep. Lots of questions rolling in.
Well, that's good.
Once they started asking, they start flowing in. I'm looking to purchase RODI system. I have city water with high levels of chlorine. I have a Waterbox 20 cube. Would I be good getting a 4-stage RODI? Would it be better to get a 5?
You really probably only need the 4-stage. The 5-stage is good when you're making larger quantities of water, because it's a good backup to have 2 DIs, and also extends the time in between having to change your DI cartridges. Now, one thing to consider if you have high levels of chlorine is to check with your city if they are running chloramines, which is very different from chlorine. Mm-hmm. If you're running chloramines, you can blow out your cartridges in your membrane really, really quickly. So you do need a chloramine buster carbon cartridge. If that's the case, that you would need to swap it out for. So it is something you can get a city water report. Double check that. Most water doesn't have it, but it's a good safety precaution to check. But otherwise, a 4-stage would be just fine.
Same question. Hold on.
Repeat.
If your power goes out and you don't have a battery backup or a generator, what can you do to save your saltwater critters?
We actually talked about this a lot because we just had the hurricane.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. So if you don't have a battery backup, you don't have a generator, your best bet is going to be battery operated air pumps. And that's going to at least get oxygen and keep your fish and everything oxygenated. If you have a sump system and you have any live rock or anything living back down there, make sure you have one placed down there. The issue comes more, I think, than lack of oxygen, because technically you can go every few hours and stir your water manually and get oxygen in there and exchange the CO2. Mm-hmm. Comes to be temperature. If you have during the middle of the winter or during the summer, depending on where you're located, keeping the temperature is really where the biggest issue is going to come into place. Having some kind of generator or something like that is beneficial. Of course, if it's in the summertime, like here in Florida when it's always hot, bagged ice. Don't let it melt into the tank, but in Ziploc bags to help cool the temperature. For wintertime when it's too cold, I guess technically you could take like hand warmers and stuff, but I just don't know how efficient that'll be long term. Yeah. Having some kind of temperature regulating source, I think, is more important even than the oxygen source.
Yeah, and we have some unfortunate customers that were on the west coast of Florida during that hurricane, and the unfortunate thing is they lose power for such a long period of time, or their houses are just ravaged. There's nothing they can really even do.
But shorter term power outages.
Yeah, the long term outages is when it becomes a really big problem. So head over, I want to remind you guys, we are doing a sweepstakes. We're giving away a $5,000 Dream Waterbox system. Head over to waterboxaquariums.com/donate. We're raising money to support those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we greatly appreciate anything you can do to help there. what would you set up in a Fuge in a Marine X 90.3? Or how would you set up, I mean?
So you have a couple options, and definitely check out our user group on Facebook, official Waterbox user group. There's a lot of modifications people have done. So on a quick rundown, some options you have is ATO chamber can be turned into a refugium. Pump water in, the level is a little bit lower, or you can drill some small holes and it's going to cascade into the rest of the sump. So that is one option. There's also algae reactors, which people have great success with if you're just looking to grow macroalgae. The algae reactors work really well. And another is dividing part of your skimmer chamber off to be able to keep the macroalgae and put a light over there. There's some fancier ways to do it, and there's some real simple ways, but our user group's going to have a lot more examples for you physically to see. Probably ask questions of those people, so do check out over there.
Can the control panel on the Infinia be moved from the right to the left side? Also, is there a removable pane on both ends of the cabinet?
No and no. For the Infinia, it is affixed on the right side. It cannot be moved. That side has a panel that comes off to access it, but the left side is a panel that is in place.
Yep.
The Reef LX is the only model that you have the ability to move the panel and control panel and everything from one side to the other. So one kind of set apart difference with the LX is that you do have that option.
Yep. I'm looking at getting the manifold to hook up UV sterilizer. If I got the 2-port manifold, what would you recommend hooking up to the second port?
Generally, the manifolds are going to be used to run reactors, so it could be for GFO or carbon reactors. If you're not using something like a torque that already has a pump built in, that UV sterilizers, and you can also run them on things like refugium reactors and stuff like that. So most people don't need a dual, but it's there if you need it. I guess it's better to probably put it in place, close that one off, and then always have it available. But don't go looking for things to run off of it, because a lot of stuff is pretty self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And nowadays includes its own pump.
Can you talk about ghost feeding to cycle a tank?
Yes. So instead of putting any animals in harm's way and using their waste product to produce the ammonia to then grow the bacteria and stabilize your tank, what we're doing, and this is how we do all of our aquariums, is we feed the tank. And now you can use a straight ammonia source. You can buy ammonia and do it that way. But this way, I find, has always worked well. We cycle pretty quickly with using live sand and like the life rock and stuff, is you're feeding the tank as if there was livestock in there. That food is doing the same thing as if the fish ate it and pooped it out. It's sitting there. It's just producing ammonia and waste product, which then feeds the bacteria, which you're trying to grow and establish for the cycle. Back in the day, it used to be throw some fish in. If they make it, they do. If not, oh well. And then that's producing your waste product. But don't put animals in harm.
Yeah. And if you go back and look at a lot of our builds that we've done, we go over this a lot
Yep.
too. Can you do a canister filter alongside the all-in-one?
Actually, this is becoming a lot more popular. I've seen a lot of people in our group do it. We've had some people come to support asking about it. You absolutely can, and you're just basically running the all-in-one the same that it would be. You're keeping the return pump. It's still flowing through the socks, but you're putting your inlet and outlet into different chambers in the back. So if you have like the 50.3, you have one in the secondary chamber after a sock and one coming back in right there. And it's just extra filtration.
Yeah.
More polishing, just if you want to run more media, if you want to run it just as like a bioreactor, that kind of stuff. It's actually becoming pretty popular. And that way you still really don't see anything because it's still sitting in those back compartments. Seems to be a trend these days. I see it.
Yeah. Thinking about getting a 65 all-in-one to use as a frag grow-out tank. Minimal bioload, likely no rock, just egg crate would do 2 MP10s enough. Would 2 MP10s be enough flow with the 2 return nozzles?
Yeah, I think MP10s would be perfectly fine in there, especially 2 of them, you're going to get good flow. Do keep in mind though, even with minimal bioload, corals themselves are bioload, you need some kind of biological surface. So if you're not really having live rock, you need to either put a whole bunch of live rock in the back compartments, which is not going to be as easy because it's probably going to clog it up. Or there's like biological blocks that take place of live rock that hold a lot of bacteria. Don't just run the system with one piece of rock because it's a frag tank, you don't have many fish. It's not going to be stable. You still need the biological surface area like live rock needs to be given in another form or fashion. They make little biospheres, they make bio blocks, but you need one of those in there.
Rick's asking, do you recommend using a skimmer on a Cube 20?
There's no downside to it. There's no negative to using a skimmer.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I mean, you can probably lengthen their water change amount or less water change or less frequent with a skimmer because it is removing waste product. Personally here, I don't put them on them because I think it's easy enough just to chuck 4 gallons out, put 4 gallons in or whatever the case may be. But there's really no harm to it whatsoever.
Yeah. Do we have a Tunzi skimmer that fits those?
Yeah, so the Tunzi 9001 fits the cube, the smaller cubes, and the 35.2 all-in-one. And then we have the 9004, which fits the larger all-in-ones, the 50.3 and the 65.4. And they fit in those back compartments. And they are really good skimmers as far as efficiency. They stay dialed in pretty good. One thing I would say, though, if you're going to put a skimmer in an all-in-one cube or one of the bigger ones, have an auto top-off unit. Because the fluctuation in those back chambers can be pretty dramatic through a day or two. And a protein skimmer, sump, all-in-one, doesn't matter. Protein skimmer thrives on having a consistent water level.
8 minutes, by the way, to get your entries in to win the giveaway for the stream. The bonus entry code, which is we've actually put up a couple times now.
I know, they're lucky.
Is Rimless. So go over and pop that code in there, get 10 extra entries, giving away 2 $500 gift cards and a Cube 20 package. I guess I should read the question. Love my 130.4, but I chipped the sump. Is there a way to order a replacement?
Yeah, absolutely. Just reach out to support@waterboxaquariums.com. They will get your information about your order, what you're looking for, and they can take care of you from there. They can also let you know if it's going to be structural or not.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Not every chip is going to be detrimental, so they can evaluate it and let you know if it's recommended to replace or if it can still run as is. We need to make them bigger. We're blind over here, Keenan.
Really?
We're blind people.
I feel like the lights are brighter today, maybe.
I made them brighter.
You did? Okay, that's what it is.
It's blinding. There's a TV across the room that we have to read off of for the questions, and neither of us have great eyesight, so.
Yeah. So, I was about to say that as if I was asking this question. I keep going back and forth. Between Waterbox and Red Sea. Tell me why I should get a Waterbox over a Red Sea. So, we can't directly compare ourselves to another company.
I know what they should do is ask people in the comments, give your opinion, check out our user group, ask them for their opinion. We don't want to directly say anything bad about anyone else.
We don't talk about other companies, but I can say
we have a lot of features and quality things that are.
Yeah, I'm confident that you would be happy with the Waterbox. We have a very big group of what we call our Waterbox family running our tanks now for many, many years all around the world, over 30 countries. We have one of the most extensive ranges of glass aquariums in our industry. I think we have something for everybody. So.
And our customer service is bomb.
Yeah, the bomb.
The bomb. So y'all can. Some people are already starting to. I like. Okay.
You're not saying it. So.
No, I'm not saying it. But read the comments. There you go. All right.
You guys are great. Recently,
one of these has me laughing.
We're going to start going into these laughing fits that we
might.
can't
It's halfway through the day. You don't know.
We're doomed at the last stream if it's already happened. Recently got an established 30-gallon tank. Should I keep a pistol shrimp and a goby? Just got a pair of clown snails and crabs in there right now.
Yes, I love pistol shrimp and gobies. They're like one of my favorite things. 100% do it. Just do it. I would say put a lid on it. Gobies can be jumpers, especially until they get established and they have their burrow. Once they have their burrow in a pistol shrimp, they don't tend to jump because they retreat into it. But I will say that having a pistol shrimp and goby is probably one of the most fascinating things you can have, to just view their relationship and watch them work and the pistol shrimp digging all the tunnels and stuff like that. So you'll never hear me say no to that combo. Sweet. I'm biased, but I think they're great.
Cool. Thank you, Lewis. Omar says, any plans on bringing a 55-gallon frag tank back or any small frag tank?
Never know.
I say this all the time. Post it in the comments enough, like join us every week, and then we'll eventually think that you're like 40 other different people, and we'll be like, we should really bring that tank back.
Yeah, so you never know. We have a lot we're always working on, and we always, of course, take suggestions from feedback we hear. The other route is Waterbox Custom.
Yeah.
You can have it made to whatever size you want, whatever frag you want, whatever.
I think our minimum length in custom is 3 feet, so it might be a little bit larger than that.
Oh, yeah. We never know.
Yeah. Anything's possible at Waterbox.
I don't know why we're laughing.
Is it possible to use an ATO with freshwater aquariums? If so, do you add something like prime to the reservoir?
Yeah, no, I mean, ATOs are great for any aquarium. Freshwater, brackish, saltwater, it doesn't matter. It saves you a lot of effort. And it also keeps, so if you're running a freshwater, you're running something like a canister or a hang on the back or something like that, your water drops, start hearing all this running water sound because they're all splashing water into the tank. Like, then you have to go top it back up. For visual appearance, ease of maintenance, auto top offs are like your best friend. And yes, it would just be whatever water, take your tap water, throw some prime in it. It sits there until it gets used, replace as needed. And you don't have to think about it because an auto top off has a sensor. Your water drops that much, it's kicking on, filling it back up, right back up to it. You never see the water level drop. You're never getting that nasty ring of like dried up hardness around the rim and stuff like that. I think it should be on every single tank.
When I first started in the hobby, long time ago, one of the most annoying things for me was topping off tanks. Like I was eventually I got an auto top off and like another glass tank that I use as a reservoir or whatever it was, depending on the tank. When we were designing, and this isn't specific to freshwater tanks, but when we were designing the reef systems, that was like a big thing for me. I was like, we got to have an ATO reservoir in every system and as big as it can possibly be.
Yep.
Because that is one of the most tedious, kind of annoying tasks you got to do, especially with these big tanks that are evaporating like gallons every day.
Yeah.
So.
And with freshwater, it doesn't mess anything up if you let it drop quite a bit, but in saltwater it does. It messes with your salinity, your skimmer performance, all of that stuff. But with the ATO, like the Duetto on sale for $99, for $100, you got the pump, the sensor, everything. You're pretty much good to go, and then you're kind of stress-free and put as big of a holding container as you can, and you have to worry about it every couple of days to once a week or two, and that's it.
So if you're in the market for an ATO, definitely go check out the Expiaca Duetto for $99.
Yeah.
That sale is actually all of November.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. For a beginner, what's the better system to buy, an all-in-one or a Reef DX?
I'm going to take none of those and go with Reef. I think Reef DX is a little bit more of an advanced sump system in plumbing. So really, as a beginner, if you are good with a sump system, go with just a Reef line. Very simple, still a nice big Reef sump, but it's not getting into more complicated plumbing. Usually you're not going to need all the probe holders and all that stuff. So I say the Reef is great. If you need something a little bit smaller, all-in-ones are a great beginner. But if you can do it, go Reef. You're going to be able to put more equipment as you grow with the hobby. You're going to be able to build more with it as you grow.
Yep. One minute.
Oh, 1 minute to
1 minute
entries
to
in.
get your entries in. Best way to avoid silicone damage when cleaning the corners?
Don't take a scraper to it.
Yeah.
So if you're using a magnet that has a scraper, it doesn't matter. Like even ours has a plastic blade, which helps a lot with not scratching the glasses up, but never take a blade of any sort to your silicone. You're gonna want to actually take your cleaner, half an inch away from your your silicone, and then you're going to take a scrubby pad, a hand scrub pad made for glass or whatever, and then clean up that line. Take up a toothbrush, kind of anything. Don't take a blade to it because you keep hitting it, it's going to start peeling away. And still in like our aquariums, the seam to seam silicone is still plenty strong, even if you kind of take the one guide in the corner out. But you don't want to. Don't do it.
Keep it pristine.
Just,
It's not worth it.
No, because then you get algae growing under. It's just, keep anything sharp away from silicone.
What do you suggest cleaning those corners with? Like a
saying, like a little algae pad.
Algae pad.
Yeah,
Okay,
little algae pad, toothbrush, anything soft like that doesn't have a blade. That.
Is there an advantage to leaving the lights off for a few months after cycling to avoid the ugly phase?
If you don't have corals in there, you don't technically need light. I always say until you're starting to put corals and stuff in anyway, keep it on for just a few hours per day for your own visual looking at it if you want to. I think that even if you had your lights off for like 3 months, you only had fish and stuff in there, you start putting corals and then you kick your light on to the 8 hours a day, you're still going to have somewhat of an ugly phase because you're taking a tank that doesn't have any light to a tank that's getting lots of light. So you still have to work through having the proper cleanup crew, making sure your nutrients are good, flows being important. So there generally is always going to be some kind of like adjustment for your aquarium when lights start to kick on. Also, when you get your first coral, don't go straight to like 8 hours of full intensity light. Kind of like ramp it up so your tank adjusts, because you're going to have to add more cleanup crew as you go, because now you have light mixed with water and nutrients. It means algae.
Yep.
That's it for questions for now.
All right.
Cool. So the giveaway for this episode has closed. Hopefully you all got the bonus code
If not, it's too
entered
late.
in. Yeah, if not, I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. So we're going to do that. Check out waterboxaquariums.com for all the deals on sale. Also, you can check out the rest of our schedule because we got 4 more streams. Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're counting.
Yeah.
4 more streams.
Halfway?
Yeah, I guess
halfway.
so. Yeah. We've got the grand prize giveaways. That is open until 7 p.m. The Hurricane Ian sweepstakes is open until 7 p.m. So, get in on that. Really want to get up to $30,000 for that cause. And then we're still giving away gift cards and cube metal for the rest of them up to the final.
Yep. So just to reiterate again, you guys want to get, if you're in the market for a water box, you can wait to see if you're going to win a gift card. I know a lot of people do that, but definitely get your orders in soon so that you can be the first to receive your tanks and that there's no delays.
Yeah, orders in, shipments out, going in that order. So,
we're giving up to, most of our tanks are about 15% off, 50% off on the clear minis, 20% off accessories, 20% off our new salt mix. If you haven't checked out the salt mix, check it out. It's becoming wildly popular with our customers.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got some winners. Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, and 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds for the
30
winners.
seconds.
We're just going to sit here in silence.
That's brilliant.
Just stare right at Keenan.
No, I'm looking
Make
at
it
them.
feel really awkward. You're looking right at them. All right, well, we got awkward here. No.
I want to know where you guys are from. I asked this before when I wasn't looking. Where you guys tuning in from?
Are you going to look now? Or are you going to get distracted?
Yes. And then I'm probably going to try to close the stream without actually giving anything away.
It's going well.
Because I'm an airhead, so it's all good.
All right, Rich, if you could buy any Waterbox Aquarium, what would it be?
Ooh, this one always stumps me.
Frag 130 or frag 4 foot.
That's Keenan's answer? Keenan would get a frag 1 to 5.4. Nick?
All of them.
All of them.
Oh.
Dang. That's like a cop-out answer.
Yeah.
Pick a
It's like saying you don't
model.
want your children the same.
Yeah.
I think a Refill X 290.6.
Yeah? Not 7 foot?
No, because it's heavy.
That 6 foot's heavy too.
I know. The 7 foot's just that little bit extra back break, Yeah.
6 foot LX.
Which we have one out here, and that's why
We
I'm
do.
saying that, because I'm looking forward to setting it up.
We do have a 6 foot LX. We got something coming up with that. Once we get past Blue Friday and all that, we're going to be moving on to some kind of build videos with that one.
Look at this. We got Montreal, Texas, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Alberta, Southern California, Virginia, Georgia, Milwaukee, Indiana, Boise, Idaho, Arizona, Colorado, Wisconsin.
Wow. He's reading them.
I feel like there was no duplicates there.
That was pretty
You
fast.
all live in different states.
Everyone in here. 425 different states.
Are we ready for the
Did
giveaway?
you say your favorite one?
No.
Which tank you would get?
Oh, yeah.
6 foot frag.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm short. I'm tired of getting on ladders to get in tanks. I love the LX. LX out there, the new one. And I'm like looking at it, and I'm looking up like this at the top of it. Like I
Yeah.
have to get in and escape that thing. So I'd go 6
You
foot
quite
frag.
literally have to get inside it to escape it, right?
Yeah, I have a 6 foot water box at home, and I'm on a step stool to get into it. I'm like, I need to switch this to a frag. Too short. Nick, did you come up with yours?
Cube 20.
Cube
Cube
20.
20.
I
That's a
like
good one.
it.
Simple.
Keeping it simple. All right. Now we're ready for some winners.
That-
Now everyone knows our favorite model. All right, first $500 gift card.
Easy, come on, guys.
Standoff.
Tim
Congratulations.
I told you I was going to
And if
not
anyone
read
missed the last stream, we decided we're going to do a standoff who says the name because I always make Rich say it, but he wants me to say it, and I'm not going to say it. So now,
Oh, goodness.
sorry, Tim, you were
If
the.
this is already happening this early, it's not a good thing. Congratulations, Tim. We'll reach out to you and get you hooked up with that.
All right, second $500 Waterbox gift card is.
I'll read it. Aaron Marhu.
Woo! Congratulations.
Congratulations, Aaron. We'll email you as well.
And now our not $500 but $700 plus cube package winner is. Nope. Hold on.
I just want to make sure I didn't make a mistake here.
Oh.
No, okay. You did.
All right, ready?
Go.
Tom Page. Congratulations, Tom.
Congratulations,
freebies
everybody.
all over the place.
And like I said, we'll reach out, get you all hooked up. And we are doing this for 3 more streams, these gift cards and giveaways,
Yeah.
because the finale is the big gift cards. So definitely want to tune in because we've got some great streams coming up, but also a chance to win, of course. And we are back at 4. Not too long, 22 minutes. We'll see you again. And we have ORA, which I'm calling them our 5-time returning champions because they've been here for every Blue Friday. And we love them to death. And they're going to be talking about the day-to-day in their coral greenhouses. And you get some little inside peek at what goes on there. So you don't want to miss that. Jordan and Donna will be up here with
Yeah,
us.
so we're going to be doing that very soon. So make sure to hop over to that stream now. If you don't, make sure to hit the notification button. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit waterboxaquariums.com for all the details on the sales.
We're going to try and get our stuff together before the next one.
Yeah, yep.
All right, I'll see you at 4.
Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell.
Don't go anywhere. Make sure to join us for the next Blue Friday stream for more guests and giveaways. And don't forget, Blue Friday is the best day to save big on your new Waterbox aquarium.
There will be sales on aquariums, accessories, and equipment. Sales are live in the USA, Canada, United Kingdom, and Europe on Friday, November 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern until Friday, November 11th at 12 p.m. Eastern. This year's Blue Friday sweepstakes is to support recovery of those affected by the catastrophic Hurricane Ian that made landfall in Southwest Florida. All proceeds will be donated to the Florida Disaster Fund, which is a private fund established to assist Florida's communities as they respond and recover during times of emergency or disaster. To learn more about Blue Friday, visit waterboxaquariums.com.